Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mehek. I hope you guys are all fine, and like always, I also hope that you guys are reading. Back with the book of the week that I finished. It's called This American Woman by Zarna Gug. For those of you who don't know, Zarna is a stand-up comedian. I'm sure most of you would have seen her videos on Instagram. She's quite famous on TikTok, and she recently released her show, which was streaming on the Disney Hotstar, called Practical People Win. So yeah, just like her, this book is absolutely funny. But what I loved about this book after finishing, that it's not just funny, it's so powerful, inspiring, and emotional at places. This book is basically a memoir of Zarna, where she talks about her journey of growing up in India, and how she finally became um, an immigrant Indian mom comedian in America, and that too in her 40s. So this book actually chronicles her journey. So it starts with her young days in Mumbai. She used to live in Mumbai with her parents and with her siblings, and how at when she turned 14, her life took a turn where her father forced her to get married, and she recently lost her mom, and the father just wanted to, just get done with her and move on. So he insisted that she gets married, but Zarna was always a strong-headed, or is still a strong-headed woman. She was, while growing up, also termed as too American because she read newspapers and asked a lot of questions. So obviously, when her dad told her that she needs to get married to a rich family, she denied, and in fact, she fled her home. Um, However, this led to, completely took a different turn in her life. It led to a lot of homeless nights where she stayed from one friend to another friend's house every day. She was like couch surfing, and she was overstaying her stay at friends' houses, just looking for some shelter and food. Um, However, her elder sister, who was settled in US, helps her out. She, calls Zarna to US. She manages to get a student visa, and Zarna finally gets to go to America. Once she's in America, we see how Zarna makes up her life in America, how she completes her study, how she, finds work. She finds a good partner, Shalab. I think it's a wonderful story that you read about them. She gets married. I mean, the chapter where she comes back to India with her husband to get married is absolutely hilarious. And then how she has three lovely kids. So she talks about being a homemaker and taking on traditional roles. And I think the comedy that she does now, all the content, the rich content, is so much from her time she spent at home, being a homemaker, being a mom, being a wife. Of course, at that time, while going through, she felt, identity crisis. But now she kind of uses that content. She also makes jokes on mother in law quite a lot, but she has, I think, one of the most supportive mother-in-law, as you will find out after reading this book. So yeah, this book is about how Zarna then, in her mid 40s, thanks to her children, it's a beautiful chapter, how she finds out that, stand-up comedy is her true calling, and how she finally shares stage with some of the famous comedians like Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and now she has her own show streaming. She does her own comedy shows which goes sold out. So this is the story of Zanna, which she wonderfully describes in this book. Now I think there are many things that I love in this book. I think it was funny. I have read quite a few biographies before, but I really enjoyed Zanna's because I felt she kept it very raw, honest. It is so funny. She's used these various one-liners, punchlines across the book. There's one that I remember, that in India, we don't marry for love, we marry for security. If you happen to find love, it's like finding a toy in a cereal box. So this is one of the many punchlines that she's used in the book. But what I also love is that yes, it is funny, and it makes you laugh at a lot of places, but it also inspires you. I think this book is so powerful. I think it is for anyone who, of course, first loves funny memoirs, but I think what really shines through the book is Zarna's grit and determination, and this drive that she has to win. Because she's seen homeless days, she needs to earn money, she needs to be independent, and how she kind of pushes that on her kids also. And I think really at the end of the day, you feel that people who have strong grit and determination, really and are working towards their dream, they really manage to do that. So I think the book talks about that. I think someone who is also looking, who's tired of expectations and who do not fit into general normal expectations of the society, I think they will also like this book. It's also about the story of an immigrant, how she kind of finds her way in America and how she settles down. So I think all in all, this is a beautiful book, funny, inspiring, so powerful. So I think if you're someone who is looking for a memoir that is not something like, what I also like is that this book, in this book, Zarna is not playing the victim card. She's also not playing, putting up a superhero act. It's just plain simple, a real woman who is, really hardworking and goes out there and ensures that she fulfills her dream. So yeah, absolutely recommend this wonderful book. Let me know in the comments that which is your favorite memoir or a funny book that you really enjoyed. Until then, please keep reading.